y'all, it's Hannah and welcome back to my channel, or hi, hello if you're new here. If you're new here, hi, hello and welcome. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching y'all how to bronze, blush, and highlight your face. I did this video last year, probably about the same time that y'all are watching the current video now. I'm trying to do these yearly, and I have always changed up my blush, my bronzer routine, and my highlight routine, so I thought that y'all would be interested in seeing the new brushes that I use and the new products that I use on a daily basis for that routine. So if you want to see my process, then go ahead and keep watching. I just quickly had to go grab a mirror because I was looking on my desk and I realized that I forgot to grab one. So now that I have my mirror, we're all set, we're good to go. We can go ahead and film this video. So, there is a huge difference in bronzing and contouring your face. Contouring your face adds structure to the face, and it is kind of to manipulate and kind of change the way that your face is shaped. Like, for instance, sometimes I'll contour the tip of my nose right here just to kind of make this little part right here just look a little bit more slimmer. But it's not something that I do every single day. It's something that I do once in a blue moon. I'll sometimes chisel out my cheekbones and my jawline area, so it's something to do for that nature. A lot of contouring products are also supposed to be very cool toned on the skin, and a bronzer is supposed to be very warm toned on the skin, and the bronzer is just supposed to add kind of like a sun-kissed look to the skin, just add a little bit of warmth. And I do bronzer every single day. I love it. So this is my current favorite one. This is from Ceatè London. This is just in the shade, I guess, some bamboo bronzer, because that is what it says on the back here. This is a very tiny sample size that I have hit major pan on. And to apply the bronzer to my face, I like to use a big fluffy brush, kind of like this one. It's really nice. I like to just kind of apply it to the bottom part of my cheekbone area, just like right along in here. I'll do the temple as well, just to kind of add a little bit of warmth there. It's kind of like you have been sun-kissed. Kind of think about the areas when you go out into the sun that the sun is going to hit and kind of kiss you or give you a tan. So it's going to be kind of like in your temple region, and it's kind of going to be along in this region as well, around your cheekbone area. So that is what I'm going to do. This is a matte bronzer. Bronzers come in all different finishes, etc. You can get matte, you can get a luminous, you can get like a very glittery bronzer if that is something that you want to do. I like to stick with a matte bronzer. I feel like it looks the best on everybody, no matter your age or how old you are. I feel like you can't go wrong with a matte bronzer. But if you want something super glowy and really natural, then you definitely could go for a glowy bronzer. I like a satin bronzer where it's kind of got a nice little sheen to it, where it looks skin-like, but it's still got enough of warmth that you can kind of tell you got a little something going on. You get what I'm saying? The satin bronzer is kind of like, it's more of the natural side where it kind of blends in with the skin, and it kind of makes people wonder, like, does she have bronzer on, or is she just kind of very sun-kissed? So anyway, I'm going to go and I'm going to apply my bronzer, and I like to work in circular motions when I apply my bronzer, and I like to go from here, all the way to here. So you're about to see in the time-lapse how I apply my bronzer. New to makeup, or if you're like me and you just have a very heavy hand when it comes to bronzer and blush, you can always just take a clean, big, fluffy powder brush and just kind of shear everything out, which is what I'm about to do right now. This just kind of helps everything to blend out a little bit better. I always pinch the bristles like this and just kind of hold it whenever I am blending out my bronzer just a little bit more. And I find that it just makes everything look a little bit more natural. Now we remove moving on to blush. And blush used to be something that I didn't really like, but blush, I feel like, is a very important step in your makeup routine, just like bronzer, because both of these products are going to add color and life back into your skin after you have applied foundation and concealer. It's not going to make everything look as flat anymore. It's going to add some definition and some color to your face. So I have been really enjoying this blush. This is the Lovely Cookie Blusher, and this is in the shade Pink Grapefruit Jelly. Now, this is from a Korean makeup line. I got the opportunity last summer to work with a Korean makeup subscription box, and they sent me this blush in that box, and it's just a really pretty, solid pink blush. It is very, very pigmented, so you have to use a very light hand with this. This actually is sold on Amazon, so if you're really interested in it, you can check it out. They have Pink Grapefruit Jelly, and then they have another shade that I've been really wanting to pick up. That one is called Pink Marmalade, and oddly enough, it's actually not pink. It's more of like a berry toned blush, but it's very interesting to me because I actually don't have any berry toned blushes. But anyway, this is a matte blush. Again, blushes, just like bronzer, come in all different finishes. You've got your luminous, your satin, and your matte. I really like a satin or a matte blush. I'm not really big on glowy blushes. I feel like a lot of the glowy blushes are just highlighters, honestly. So I like to keep things either matte or satin. So this is just a really pretty blush. To apply this blush, I like to use an angled blush brush. The reason why I like to use this is because it hugs the little apple of my cheekbone right there. I used to smile when I would apply my blush, and I've recently learned that's actually not a good idea to do, and here is why. When you are applying your blush like this, and you're smiling, when you relax your face, because let's be real, you're not going to be smiling like 24/7, right? You know, sometimes you're going to be walking around, you're going to be like this, or you're going to be like this. And it's just not really pretty and flattering if your blush is all the way up here, because you applied your blush when you're smiling, so it pushes your cheekbone up, and your blush is up here when it should be like right here. So that's why I like to apply my blush with a relaxed face, because it just makes it a lot more natural looking. It doesn't make it look super harsh and heavy when you have that big pink splotch right there, and it's not supposed to be there, and it only looks appropriate when you're smiling. So I like this brush because it hugs those right little areas, so whenever I am smiling, or if I'm sitting like this, my blush looks perfect either way that I choose to have my facial expressions. I really like to use an angled brush to apply my blush for that reason. Make sure it's a fairly small brush. You don't want it to be very big, and you don't want to have a very big pink glob on your face. Just make sure it's a little bit more on the medium or smaller spectrum. I also like to use very soft tapping motions when I am applying my blush, and I kind of like to go back and forth. And the reason why I like to do that is because I feel like it helps blend out the blush a little bit more. So let's say you decide that you're going to have a heavy hand that day and you're going to apply a lot of blush. So let me use this for an example. Let's say that I just completely coat my brush in blush, and I just go like this. I just go bam, 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 bam. That's a lot of blush, right? So guess what? Just like we did earlier with that bronzer where we kind of shared everything out and we blended everything out with a clean, big, fluffy face brush, that's exactly what we're going to do over the top of this blush right here. I also like to use this to mesh my blush and my bronzer together. This is called a veiling effect, and I don't watch his videos anymore, but I learned this technique from Jeffree Star, but he technically learned this trick from Lipstick Nick, so I kind of feel like, in a sense, I also learned it from Lipstick Nick, and I just heard about it from him. But either way, this works. And if you want to, you could also take your translucent powder or your any type of powder, really, like your tinted powder or anything like that. I've seen people do this with their setting powder, where they'll take a little bit of it on the brush, and they'll just kind of swirl it over the top of the bronzer and the blush if they've applied it with a heavy hand. I don't really feel like I need to do that. I feel like the brush by itself, not coated with anything, works just fine. 3 makeup products with me on a deserted island, I would definitely take something for my brows, a concealer, and a highlighter. And for highlighter today, I'm just going to be using the Estate highlighter. This is in the shade Do Me. I love this highlighter. It is so pretty. It is a really pretty golden toned highlight. Normally these types of highlighters don't look good on a very pale complexion, but this one's almost yellow toned and cool toned enough where I can actually pull this off. And it looks so pretty and so super glowy on the skin. Now, if you don't like highlighter, you can always skip this step. If you want a very subtle, very natural highlight, I recommended this one in my last year's video. I'm going to recommend it again. The Essence Pure Nude Highlighter is only $4 at Ulta, and it is a very natural looking highlight. And it's a very big container too. Like, I have had mine for about 3 years now, and I sanitize it often, and I'm still using it, so it's all good. But I'm just going to be applying this highlight today because this is my everything. This is my obsession. I absolutely love her. And to apply it, I'm going to be using my Chic highlight brush. Now, I picked this brush up from Big Lots. I just realized I haven't even told y'all where any of my brushes are from. So I like to use a more dome-shaped highlighting brush, and I like to use one that's more on the smaller spectrum. I used to use the e.l.f. highlighting brush every single day. That one is just too big on my tiny little face, let's be real. And you want to apply your highlight to the high points of your cheekbone. So I like to apply mine just right above my blush, like kind of where my blush is ending, like in this little region right here, and I go all the way up a little bit over my brow. I just like that because personally for me, that is where light catches me the most, so that's where I like to apply my highlight. So this highlight brush came from Big Lots. I only paid $3 for it. These cheap brushes are really nice, and they also sell them in sets at Five Below. This one came from Amazon, and then these unicorn brushes, they actually came from eBay in a set. So that is where all of my brushes came from. I like to use very affordable brushes. One day I'm going to save up and get a Sigma set, but for right now, the affordable ones are working just fine. So I thought that I would give y'all a close-up of what my skin looks like with the blush, the bronzer, and the highlight on. And I think it looks really pretty. Oh, you can see that highlight there. It is popping. And I really hope that this kind of helps y'all in some sort of way. I like to do these videos yearly just to help y'all, and I always update what I'm doing in this type of a routine yearly. So this might be just a thing that I do yearly, and I really hope that y'all do enjoy it. Alrighty, y'all, so that is it for my blush and my highlighter and my bronzer routine. I really hope that you all did enjoy this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up down below. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button while you're down there as well, because I'm here for you with new videos every Thursdays, Saturdays, and Mondays at 6 or 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Most of the time, it's around 6 o'clock when I upload my videos. If you would like to as well, you can always go over on my social media handles, and you can give me a follow over on there because I'm very active on my social media, especially my Twitter and my Instagram. So yeah, thank y'all so much for watching this video. I greatly appreciate it, and I will see you all in Thursday's video. Bye, my little unicorns.